What's going on today, Internet? Selfish here with Retrospect. You cannot go on any technology website without seeing one of these clone Vitas out there telling you to buy it for $30 to $40. And I know you're intrigued. I know I was, and that's how we ended up with this. So why don't you stick around, and we are going to take a look and see what this thing is all about. All right, today we have the X9S. They tell me this is a new model. Kind of made a comment. I really wish I wouldn't have got rid of my old PSP clone. And apparently this is a PS Vita clone. Assuming it doesn't play Vita games, but my old one did okay at playing games. They say this one does much better. The box feels heavier, but that just might be the box. We'll find out. So this is X9 and the X12 are pretty much the same thing, as well as the X7, and then the X1 and the X6 are pretty much the same as each other. It's a little confusing, but if you look at them, the X1 and X6 are typically PSP clones, and then the X9, 9S, X7, and X12 are all pretty much different versions of the PS Vita in different sizes from 4.3, 5.1, and 12-inch. That's way too much information. Anyways, so that's this bad boy. They tell me that this is the new one. So we'll find out in the world of entertainment. It took me a while to find the specs on this. I still have not found the chipset for this, and I don't know if I want to open this. Just because I was just able to get another one, and I really want to put this on my shelf as a collector. This isn't going to be one of those gaming systems that most people would probably find that they want to game on all the time. One of the big things about having these is these are kind of like the first real popular knockoff or clone gaming systems that were out there. So let's take a look inside this box. Let's see what we got going on here. So this is already an update. So the old one used an AV cable. This one has an HDMI cable. So let's hope they went to Type-C charging. That would be nice. Nope. We're still on a mini USB. Awesome. Okay, so that never updated. We also have some headphones, the knockoff Apple headphones that every one of these things comes with. I have boxes of those things at this point, I think. Well, they're probably all in the boxes, honestly. We have some word paper, which literally lists off all the devices I just discussed on here and what the differences are. So 5.1 screen, 4.3 screen, 7-inch screen, 12-inch screen. So there's 12-inch screen. There's no 12-inch screen, but they have the X7 and X12, which are the exact same thing in here, but they have different directions for them. I don't know why if they put an HDMI cable on here, they didn't update this to Type-C charging. Right here, we have the X9S without an S on it, which seems weird. You'd think that they would advertise that, except for they probably just use the same shells over and over again. I don't like the fact that it says it has a HD camera on it. That's pretty discouraging. Also, there's already some hairs or scratches or something in here. All right, let's go through the I/O real quick, shall we? Here on the top, we do have our trigger buttons. They feel like all the ones like this do. They're pretty tight. They are kind of hard to push in comparison to trigger buttons on a lot of emulators that are out there. So if you do get one of these, that's just how they come. This one's actually have L and R in them. I don't know why, but this is the first time I've ever seen that in one of these. You have a 3.55 millimeter jack. That is for those crazy, awesome Apple knockoff headphones that we got with this. You have this new HDMI port for playing through your TV, so that's going to be awesome. You do have a micro USB, which honestly is not for charging. It's for a controller, oddly enough. I still think they should have gone Type-C. They didn't, but they did go micro, and it still doesn't work to charge it. You do have your memory card hole, which does not come with a memory card in it, apparently. And there was not one in the box, so hopefully there's some games on here. Otherwise, I'll have to load some up real quick. You do have your mini USB. That's your charger, right? Now you have your volume up and down, plus and minus right here, and your power button. All right, we'll look at the back here right now. So this does says 8 gig. So I'm guessing this is an 8 gig model, probably internal. They did put all the PlayStation logos on here, which is pretty sweet. That looks really nice. My old one didn't have that. Granted, my old one was black, but I'm pretty sure that it didn't have that. There's glue all over this thing. There's going to be nothing on the bottom or the sides. We're going to go to the front here. Take off these little bad boys. I don't know if there's one on the screen, but there's these guys here. Yep, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm taking the screen itself off. Worst part about not having fingernails. Ooh, yeah. That one's really sticky. Now, the screen looks a lot better now. Wow, look at that. We have our gamepad here. Feels actually okay. It's not terrible, which is good for a device this cheap. We do have our D-pad here, which, I mean, for a split D-pad, you get what you get. I know a lot of these consoles had them on. A lot of consoles in general have had these forever, but I'm not a huge fan of split D-pads, but I grew up playing systems that have them, so I've been used to it. I'll always just skip the D-pad in that instance and gone straight to your joysticks. All right, now you do have your gamepad here. Now you can tell this isn't made by Sony because they're using the ABXY. They're not allowed to use the other ones. You do have sliders, and this one's stuck. Oh, there we go. Oh, it gets stuck on the lip. Uh-huh. Nope, it's underneath. That's not going to be good. Okay, and then you have your escape button, start and select. One thing I didn't mention on the back is this does have, like I said at the beginning, a camera on it. Somebody asked me not too long ago why some of these have cameras on them. And the reason being is they use old cell phone motherboards for a lot of these handsets just so that they can get reused and not create e-waste out of them. And a lot of those already have a camera on them, so they just transfer them over and put them on the devices. Also, it makes it a little bit more authentic. Think of like some of the older devices actually had cameras on them for some reason. All right, let's turn it on. Let's see what's going on here. Now I'm really kind of curious now that we know that this doesn't have a memory card in it to see what we got here. Interesting opening screen. Ooh, not what I thought it was going to be. So everybody's been using that Vita screen lately, and my old one like this had the Vita screen. This does not have the Vita screen, which is interesting. I can guarantee you that this does not have internet, so this browser is actually just going to be your file browser. Yep. Hopefully there's more than just Dragon Ball Z on here. Sounds like it actually has stereo speakers in it, which is kind of crazy. Let's get into gaming. We already kind of went through everything. So everything that's in that browser is actually on this main screen right here. That seems pretty crazy. Okay, so you do also have, before I get into it, you do have your arcade list. These are just a couple arcade games that they're going to put on here for you. This will be like any of these others too. If this file gets damaged or moved, these games just won't work anymore. Contra is a nostalgia game. Yeah, it is. Let's just start with that one since it's right here on the main screen. Let's hope this isn't the hacked version. Some of these come where you start with the spray gun and also you have unlimited lives. Nope, we're doing good here. Oh, wow. These angles actually work pretty good. You're obviously not going to get, oh crap, tend to get false angles. Like I was saying, there's advantages and disadvantages of not being able to get accidental inputs. There are some games where you kind of need to be in between. Did I only get one life? I didn't die 3 times, did I? I'll have to go back and watch the video. We'll see what other kind of games we got here in the game menu. Hopefully there's more than just these couple on here. It plays okay. Graphics look fine. The game is a little slow though. At least it feels a little slow to me. You know what? Actually, this is playing just fine. I'm trying to see if they're making use of these shoulder buttons, which they are not. This is not Crash Bandicoot. See, this is a problem I talked about on a previous video. A lot of times they'll say Crash Bandicoot, and it's Tasmanian Devil games. Well, let's try not Crash Bandicoot then. I don't remember how to play this game. Okay, I gotta stay away from this water. It's gonna kill me. Oh, you have unlimited lives, so this one's hacked, of course. Well, it seems to play just fine. Okay, let's try out something else. Let's see what else we got on here. I'm gonna go with there's gonna be no Vita or PS4 games on here. Mortal Kombat Super Famicom. What's going on with my Mortal Kombat skills these days? I used to rock at this game. Okay, well, that was fun. So that seems to work just fine. Sound is working just fine. Everything else is fine. I don't know how to know. These don't tell you what systems they are. I mean, you can tell by the file names, but I'd like to go over what systems are available on here. And so far, all I see is Super Famicom, Mega Drive, maybe MAME. I don't think it is, though. Obviously, regular NES has to be on here because Contra was on here, unless they made it for Super NES. I never had a Super Nintendo, so I guess I don't know. I went from a Nintendo, which I got when they first came out, to a PlayStation 1. I didn't really have any systems in between there until I was an adult. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Oh, good. Another game not in English. Oh, no. What's going on here? If I can figure out the controls on it. Solid. There we go. Switch players. Now we gotta figure out what the difference is between pass and there we go. I'll shoot from. Ah. No. Whoops. Okay, I'm still curious of what these. Game Boy, Super Famicom, Master Drive, Famicom. And they are fitting this on 8 gigs. NES, there's NES. All right. Game Boy Color. Would be nice if they listed these out by system instead of game. Seems like a really weird way to do it. Sometimes you can use this right stick for your A/B buttons. I don't know why they didn't put Yoshi's Island on Super NES on here, because you know that wouldn't work. So there you have it, the new X9S. I don't know that it's all that new. Their organization here is kind of terrible for games. They should be in here by system, because some people are going to want to play some systems and not others. I get they're kind of tricking you into, this game looks good, and so I'm going to play it and not know what system it's on. You can tell by the name of the game. As you can see when I was going through that menu, you can actually look if you know what the tags are. So that's like Game Boy, you'll see GBC's Game Boy Color, SFC Super Famicom, Super Mega Drive, stuff like that. So their file naming system allows you to see it. So they should be able to separate it, but they are not separating it for you, which is kind of unfortunate. All in, I'd say it's better than the old one I used to have. This isn't a device I would typically recommend. This is a device I recommend to collectors. God, this thing does have more weight to it. This is a collector's device, more or less. If you've been in the retro gaming scene for a long time, you know this is one of the first emulators that they ever made. And now that they continue to update it, it is, I mean, playing better. At least the games that are on here play fine, which is kind of cheating because they're only going to put on games that they know can play the way that they want them to play. That being said, they do well. It doesn't seem to have any real big hiccups for whatever reason on my unit anyways. This Vita-style joystick is getting stuck. It literally gets stuck. Oh, and it's peeling. So this must just be a wrap. Hold on real quick. I'm going to go into my wife's bathroom here real quick. I'll be right back. All right, don't tell her. We're going to fix this, though, because this is going to drive me insane. Huh, look at that. Much better. Huh? Just about. I'll fix it when I get off camera. That worked out pretty well, though. So this is definitely an updated version. I don't know who to recommend this device to, if to anybody, unless you're a collector. I don't know that I would have my kids play with this. I don't think they would have much fun with it, just because it doesn't look like a gaming system that they're used to. Also, these menus look like they're a knockoff of Windows. This is the exact same operating system, just with a different skin on it that we've been seeing. That they're not using the Vita skin on here, being that it's a Vita clone. They did a really nice job with this wrap, though, as far as like the cool, how nice it looks. Unfortunately, on mine, they didn't get it on all the way, but I got it pretty close now already, so I'll just give it another hairdryer moment, and we'll get her on there the rest of the way. What do you think? Do you think the X9S is something you want to put on your shelf? Or is it something you want to play? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because sharing helps grow the channel, and I need all the help that I can get. Thanks for watching. Hi, honey, you're on a YouTube video.
Oh, hi.
Hi. How are you?
I didn't realize you were doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, I started doing that a while ago.
Oh, well, I didn't realize that while I was out running errands and stuff, you were going to be recording your YouTube videos.
Well, now that I've been shunned to the living room out of my office, I only have certain ample opportunities to do these things.
Pretty soon, it doesn't matter where you go in the house, there's probably going to be a crying baby, so you better figure it out.
Usually I'm the crying baby. It's going to get weird.
It's definitely going to get weird.
Thanks for watching. I'm out.